Welcome to my kitchen. Hello, I am Lamarr Townsend. I am a vlogger and as well as a psychic and energy channeler, a YouTuber, an astrologer, a cook. I make music. I love art. I love creativity. I love DIY type of stuff if I can make it on my own. I much prefer to do it myself, but that could also be my trust issues, my Capricorn Sun, Virgo rising, control issues as well. And on this channel, we will be doing all of these things. I do have a main channel that has been my main channel for several years now. My YouTube channel, Lamarr Townsend Tarot. But I've had this idea for a while now of wanting to create a second channel. Originally, I was just going to do cooking, but then I was thinking I do way more than just cooking as well as more than just tarot and astrology. So I was like, why don't I just make it a lifestyle channel? So here we are. My second channel is a lifestyle channel where I will be doing more personal content that's different than my tarot channel, my psychic channel, and astrology channel. This channel I'll be focusing on day-to-day life type of things. I'll be vlogging on this channel. I will be doing cooking videos and recipe videos. In this video I'm going to show you my kitchen and all the beautiful things I have in my kitchen and things like that. The things I collect, because I like collecting things. You know, we all have those like tics that we like to collect things, or we have these weird kind of exuberant like personality quirks. Well, one of my personality quirks is I like to collect things. I really like to collect trinkets and stuff like that, jewelry, as you can see. But I also like collecting things for the kitchen. I have this weird thing in my mind, and maybe it's not so weird. I live in an apartment currently on my own. Just me and my crazy cat over here. Maybe I'll show you him in a bit. He doesn't really like the camera. But anyways, I live alone, and I live in a one person. It's a pretty actually nice sized apartment. It's a decent sized apartment, but it's kind of small for the lifestyle I live. And I've always wanted a bigger space, but I've also had this dream of like me one day like having or having a party, a dinner party or something like that, which you'll see in my kitchen. So I have tons of plates and cooking utensils and cookware that like I don't really get to use because I'm always cooking for myself. But I have this thing in my mind where it's like one day I'll have a nice house and I'll be able to throw a huge dinner party and it's going to be fabulous. So that's my thing. But we'll be doing cooking on this channel, we'll be doing vlogs, we'll be doing talks, we'll be maybe creating stuff. I sew, so maybe we'll do like a sew with me kind of thing, get ready with me's. I love doing those as well. I love makeup, I love jewelry, so we're going to be doing a lot of different things on this second channel of mine. So I hope you kind of go on the ride with me and enjoy the ride. This is going to be different than my tarot channel, but we will also have spiritual elements here as well. Because of course that's just who I am, and you can take the boy out of the spiritual world, but you can't take the spiritual world out of the boy, right? So I figured before we got into showing you my kitchen, like as my first video, I figured I'd just kind of talk about like myself and why I'm creating this second channel, why you should subscribe maybe, and things of that nature. Just a little bit about myself. I am a gay homosexual male. I know a lot of times people mistake me for a female, which I find flattering actually, because that just means I'm pretty. But I am also single, so I'm just out here living life and trying to make a way in the world for myself, but also create a legacy, create a business, expand, because that's what life should be about: expanding, loving yourself, figuring yourself out, and just enjoying life. So on this channel, welcome to my channel, Lamarr Does Life, where I just do life things. We all are human beings living life, so why not live it with each other, right? Even if it's on social media, the internet, YouTube, or whatever, right? Like, that's just the age we're in. So, grab a snack, stick around, and let's go ahead and peek into my kitchen and see what we've got going on. You probably thought this was a background, but it actually is my kitchen. Welcome to my kitchen. As you can see, I am pretty big on keeping my kitchen very clean. There's some dishes I haven't actually put away yet. And I have a lot of utensils. I have a lot of things in my kitchen. Lots in the drawers, lots in the pantry. So let's go ahead and get right into it. But yeah, I am big on keeping my kitchen clean. And I also don't mind a candle or two. I am a spiritual boy after all. Let's get in here and see what we've got going on. So over here to the left, we've got all of my plates. We've got also down here a mortar and pestle for grinding herbs. A lot of the stuff we also have here for grinding other things or smaller herbs as well. I get a lot of my stuff from Bed Bath & Beyond, actually, if, you know, for those of you who want to ask, where do you get your stuff? And for a long time, I had plastic cookware, and I feel like I just woke up one day around when I was 30, or almost turning 30, and I was like, you know, plastic cookware is just, I don't know if I was thinking it's not healthy anymore, or it's just not classy. I think that was my main thing. It's not classy. I'm almost 30. I am 30 now, and I was like, I feel like I need to move on from the plastic. It just felt very like college. Which, you know, like, nothing against that, but I think at some point, especially when you live on your own and you get to a certain age, it's good to have, like, cookware. Ooh, sorry about that. Pretty much all of these bowls that I have, I got from Bed Bath & Beyond. I don't know who this is from, but I bought this as, a lot of these I bought separate as well. I think the only set I have down here are these porcelain bowls. These are Simply Essential from Bed Bath & Beyond. So I have a lot of Simply Essential stuff, a lot of Bed Bath & Beyond stuff. This is also, I think, Bed Bath & Beyond, or actually Bed Bath & Beyond has a really good brand called Our Table. So a lot of the stuff you'll see in my kitchen is also from Our Table, which is the actual Bed Bath & Beyond brand. Which is funny that I would end up having a whole bunch of Bed Bath & Beyond stuff in my apartment, because I used to work for them when I was younger, like in like high school and, you know, early college. So it's just really simple. I do also have a couple bone china pieces that I really treasure and use a lot. I know a lot of people are like, bone china, you shouldn't be using them, but I mean, why buy them if you're not going to use them? So this is like my bone china plates that I have, but I actually use more often than my porcelain plates. I really thought this bowl was cool, I think because it was like the rainbow and I'm LGBT, right? And so I got this at the thrift store, actually. It says that this is called Dash of Thai, or Thigh. So I thought that was pretty cool. I like to collect stuff, but by far these bone china bowls are my favorite because they have like the grip right there, so they're perfect for holding it like this and stuff. But I don't use them that often. I more so use these porcelain bowls down here. It's more so because they're like more out of reach, but I love those bowls. I think they're so cool. So this is all my cookware. This is, you know, if you were to ever come to my home, this is what you would eat off of. I'm very particular, very bougie. Could be my moon in Libra. If we go down a little bit further here, this is my silverware. Let me see if I can back the camera up a bit. This is all my silverware. As you can see, I'm very particular about my silverware as well. I eat a lot of Asian dishes too. Maybe I should like focus the camera. Hold on. I'm new to this vlogging thing, guys. Work with me. I eat a lot of Asian dishes, so what you will find is I have a lot of chopsticks. Remember, I have so many because my dream is to like have like a dinner party. I know I'm corny. It's my moon in Libra. I swear, I want to throw a party. These are metal chopsticks. I actually got these chopsticks from a Korean store called, I think Global Foods is what it's called. Actually, I also have teaspoons, salad forks, which ironically, I don't know if you guys knew, salad forks are smaller than dinner forks. And somehow, some way, a salad fork is way more efficient for eating a salad of any size than a dinner fork. I don't know that. I haven't figured out that technology yet. But I also have teaspoons. I have these. Once again, I got these from the Korean store, one of my other favorite stores other than Bed Bath & Beyond. I have these wooden spoons I use a lot for drinking tea. And then I also have these ceramic spoons I also use for drinking tea. They are ceramic, so they feel really like light and gentle. This set I actually found, I lucked out and found this at the thrift store. You can find some really good stuff at the thrift store. And then I supplemented what I didn't have with Simply Essential knives and forks. Ooh, that doesn't sound good. I think in this drawer over here, I think this is just like handles. I found these cool marijuana leaf cookie thingies that I haven't used yet, but I think these are just like handles for you know, when you're using hot stuff, or like when I use my cast iron stuff, I'll put this on the handle just when it gets like really hot. My cat's over there acting crazy. In this drawer, maybe we can pull the camera over here. In this drawer right here, I keep all my you know, bag clips that you use. Keep them here. And then I keep all my actual straws. I have all different types of straws. I have plastic ones. I have actually bamboo ones that I like a lot. And then I have metal ones as well, which are really skinny. So these are good for, like, you know, like those tight spaces when you have straws. And then my favorite place, which we may want to actually move the camera down for, over here, just paper towels. And then mixing bowls. I was going to make some chicken last night. I didn't end up actually making the chicken, unfortunately. So I just have mixing bowls. You can actually store food in these as well. So I love an all-purpose vibe. And then here, I actually keep all my spiritual herbs. A lot of these herbs I will also use in cooking as well, but I also have a pantry for that too. But this is where I keep my spiritual herbs. This is also where I keep my Saint Anthony altar as well. So I just keep all my teas and herbs in this little spot right here. As you can see, there's some roses right there. So yeah, pretty cool. I also keep my candles there as well. And then in this drawer over here, looks like I need to clean the dust off of that. I keep all of my, well, I keep my crock pot because I don't really use it, but I also keep my ceramic Dutch oven, which I actually do use quite often. And then I keep my also blender, and then I also like to keep my coffee cups in here because it's just like actually a really good place to keep them. I love coffee cups. And then I also keep my all my glasses up here. So when I have people come over and they're like, do you have some water? You know, these are the glasses I use. So they're tumbler glasses. Once again, I got them from Bed Bath & Beyond. And then I have these for like wine. When we want to drink a lot of wine, all right? I have those. I think I got these from the thrift store. Of course, the standard little microwave here, you know, as well. But I wanted to show my Dutch oven because I really do love my Dutch oven, my ceramic Dutch oven. I think this is so cool, and one of the coolest things is that at Bed Bath & Beyond, they literally have everything, you guys. At Bed Bath & Beyond, they have the strainers you can put in the Dutch oven. So this is good when you're cooking pasta or soup. Sometimes I like to cook shabu shabu, which is like a Japanese dish. And it also protects the ceramic inside. I've had this for a little while, so it's in pretty good condition. But I have another Dutch oven that I use that is not ceramic, that is cast iron, which I'll show you guys in a second. Down here is where I keep a lot of the baking stuff. It is not organized, I know. But I have my little loaf pans, of course, for when I want to make bread or something like that. Maybe a meatloaf. Then I have, you know, the standardized baking sheets. This is a pizza sheet. This is, you know, baking sheets I don't want to pull out because I'm afraid if I pull them out, something else may come with it. I also have these really cool, I have this for when I want to grill. I got this from Bed Bath & Beyond. Of course I have my little small Dutch ovens, which are like more personal size. I have the strainer in them as well, also from Our Table. But I have this cool, I use this a lot for like crisping stuff in the oven. I think I got this from Bed Bath & Beyond as well, but I have this cool little, like, I guess you could call it, like, it's a baking sheet. It's a little bit scratched up, that I browned to make the nonstick way more nonstick. So I browned the sheet in the oven, much like you would do a cast iron, and I use this a lot for, like, veggies and browning chicken. I'm sorry the angle is, like, bad. It's the camera lens. But yeah, I have a lot of my baking stuff in here. Oh crap. Oh. Just your standard pots up here. I have roasting racks for when, you know, you want to roast a big chicken or turkey. And then I do have my other Dutch oven as well. That's just full cast iron. So got my full cast iron Dutch oven there. It's also good for baking and stuff like that. Also from our table. So there you can see it. It is so heavy, you guys. Cast iron, one thing about cast iron is it'll cook your food good, but man, is it heavy, child. Ooh, Lord. Alright. So yeah, this is where I keep a lot of my baking stuff, or just my heavy duty stuff overall. For all of my baking and cooking needs, basically. So a lot of it is also for space purposes as well. But that's my little drawer. Let's go to the other side and see what we've got going on. This is where I keep all my herbs and cooking stuff, right by the oven, by the way. We're pretty much almost done. So sometimes you have to make do with space, you know, when you have a lot of utensils and you collect a lot. And, you know, I have a typical American normal sized apartment for a 1-bedroom, and this is where I keep a lot of my pots and pans, as you can see. In terms of my cooking style, I would say I'm probably more so someone that likes simple dishes. I use a lot of woks. I love stainless steel. I love simple utensils. Let's see, I don't want to knock over the camera. These are all from our table. I think this one might be from Cuisinart. This is also from Cuisinart. I have a lot of big pans for, you know, of course, big dishes. But probably by far my favorite one that I use a lot is actually this one here. My what is this? It's not cast iron. It's carbon steel wok. I use this a lot. This is good for, a lot of times I make chicken Alfredo in this. Fried rice, it's good for, I haven't made any meat in it yet or anything like that, but it's like good for noodles and stuff like that. I've made mashed potatoes in this. Like, this is a really good all-purpose one. So yeah, that's all my pans and things I use, and I like keeping them here because it's so much easy. I'm an easy type of person. It's so much easier because then boom, you know, you grab what you need and you've got the stove right here. Alright, so of course, typical American stove. I have a lot of pans, so I've got to also have a lot of lids. And I keep some of the lids here on the stove. Of course, some people may be against that, but once again, I have a very small kitchen, and I am conscious to not use the back burners often, if at all. I try and keep everything to the top here. But also, they're metal, they're glass, so they are pretty heat resistant by nature. So I don't worry too much about it. Sometimes I will keep stuff on the burners because I just have no space for them. Just a typical tea kettle. I think every home should have at least one of them. I'm the type of person, I'm really weird, I like to buy things in twos. So I have 2 of these. I also have these, which I learned the hard way you cannot put on the stove. I also have this, which is a bone china one that whenever I boil hot water in this, whatever excess water, I'll put in this one so I can just, you know, pour throughout the day or pour as I drink kind of thing, like a person who drinks tea should, right? So of course my metal tea. And then I love thrifting, you guys. I lucked out and I was wanting a personal sized wok, but I didn't know what type, and I went to the thrift store a couple days ago and I lucked out and I found this Wolfgang Puck Wok. I haven't had a chance to use it yet, but it's so pretty. To be honest, I just keep it on the stove. This was $9, which I'm sure was way more expensive. But, you know, for it being in pretty much perfect condition, I was like, I cannot pass up on this $9 Wolfgang Puck Wok. My favorite thing to cook with, you guys, is probably a wok, because you can literally cook anything and everything in a wok. So right next to the stove, obviously I have my sink, which I keep clean. Or, you know, I try to, at least for camera purposes. But this is where I do the dishes, so I should actually probably put some of these away. Give me a second. These are clean. They just haven't been put away, which I'm notorious for. I'm notorious... Ooh. Caught that. I'm notorious... Hold on. I'm notorious for cleaning things and not putting them away. It's kind of like when you do laundry. You know, you do the laundry, you dry the clothes, but putting them away may take a week, a month, a year, I'm not sure. So, very easy. I like things clean and in their proper place. Alright, so this is where I chop my vegetables and my meats and stuff. I have a few different cutting boards just because I think you should have maybe more than one, so you know, like you can, you know, sometimes you need more than one. You don't want to cross-contaminate. So I've had this one the longest. This is bamboo. Very sturdy, has lasted me a long time, probably a couple years. This one I just got. I am from Virginia, so you know I like collecting things. So it's kind of like, you know, I'm very sentimental. I always think, you know, like whenever I buy things that speak to me, that say like Virginia or Washington D.C., it's like wherever I move to, because eventually I do want to move. It's like I can always have a little piece of Virginia with me. I got this. So I got these from I got this from Bed Bath & Beyond. I got this one from I think an organic store where I live called Mom's Organic. This is pretty awesome because it has legs on it, so it's like kind of lifted off of the space, which I really like. And that's pretty much it over here. And then over here is where I keep all of my little, as my family would say, my trinkets, I guess. Let's see. This is where I keep my Keurig, and you know what is so funny is I have had, you may or may not believe me. Oh, why is this not working? Hold on. Oh, okay. Oh my gosh. The thing wasn't working. You may or may, oh, also I have a water filter. These are actually pretty cheap. On my tarot channel, I always talk about how everyone should have a water filter. It saves you money. And it's just like really economic. So I have a pure water filter. But yeah, I've had this Keurig for like 10 years. And it still works. Perfectly fine. I think it's so cool that I've had this for 10 years. My mom bought this for me when I lived in college, or when I was at college. I want to say we're at like around 2011, 2012. It's now 2022. And I think it's so cool that, you know, this is the only coffee maker I have. So I also have the thing where you can like put your own coffee in it, and it brews your own coffee or herbs or whatever your thing is. I also keep crystals in mine. I do, like, since I don't use it often, I don't keep water in it. But I do try to keep it clean. But yeah, I've had this Keurig for like 10 years, so, I mean, however long it's going to continue to last me, I will keep it forever. Also, I do have an air purifier in my kitchen, just a little small one. I keep it running pretty much 24/7 on high, but it's kind of loud, so I didn't want to use it for this video. This is how it sounds on high. Also, I should turn my Keurig off. So, I mean, maybe it's not that loud, but like to me, it's just kind of, it can be kind of loud. But this is the level I keep it on pretty much in the kitchen all the time. It does a pretty good job, actually. I got this from Bed Bath & Beyond. It does a good job of getting rid of smells and odors and stuff like that. And then I just keep all my utensils here. I have so many. I have an array of chef's knives, which... Ooh, child, you guys have to be careful with the knives. I'm a big believer in having a knife, like, cover. All my knives I got from Cuisinart, so these are really good. Cuisinart's a good brand. Not expensive. So I have a chef knife. I would say the knife I use the most is this kind of serrated knife, though, from Cuisinart. I use this a lot to cook to cut vegetables. It's really good for cutting bread. Other than metal utensils, I'm not really a big fan of like silicone or rubber. I am a big fan of like wood. So like everything else I have is wood. It's either wood or metal for me, you guys. Speaking of wood, one thing I have that I really like are these kind of wooden tongs, which I think are really cool. I don't even remember where I got this from, to be honest, but I like use this a lot. I think these are really cool. So, what did we learn today? Let's see. I'm hoping if I like go this way that you can see me. Hold on. Can you see me? Oh my gosh. You better be able to see me. Okay, what did we learn today? We learned that Lamarr has excellent taste in cooking utensils and cookware, and he has a beautiful kitchen. No, I'm just kidding, but not really. What we learned today is that kitchen utensils and kitchen cookware is important. The setup of your kitchen is really important. And the utensils you use is really important. And also, you can have a beautiful kitchen for not an expensive price. Now, did I spend some coin on everything I have now? Definitely, but not like thousands and thousands of dollars. Maybe hundreds and hundreds, yes. Which could eventually get to like 1,000. But I would say like no more than over time have I spent 1,000, maybe 500, or maybe 2,000 max on my kitchen. And everything you've pretty much seen, I can, granted it lasts forever, I can take with me, to my next home, and my next home, or, it will last me years and years and years. Fonzie, do you want to see my cat? Let me show, oh, I probably shouldn't have the cat in the kitchen, should I? Let me just show him for a second. He doesn't like being picked up, but this is my cat, Fonzie. Meow McGee. Okay, that means he's ready. He's ready to be put down. Alright, you guys, thank you so much for joining me on this vlog. Soon I will be doing a cooking video. I think I want to cook chicken Alfredo. I had someone comment something about chicken Alfredo, and I was like, that's actually one of my favorite things to cook. So, chicken Alfredo recipe coming soon. And I hope you subscribe. I think this channel is going to be so fun and different than my tarot channel, but like lifestyle oriented. I think, I'm ready for that. I'm ready to expand and create a second channel and just have fun. So let's just have fun over here. I think I'm going to go live also, but I think you also have to have a certain amount of subscribers. So make sure you guys subscribe, follow, like, share. Follow me on all my social media pages. Currently, I have mainly just spiritual tarot pages, but I do post personal stuff there as well. So Lamarr Townsend Tarot on all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Vimeo, my podcast on Spotify, Google, Apple. Fonzie. No. My podcast on Spotify, Google, Anchor, and more. Also, LamarrTownsendTarot.com if you would be interested in my spiritual services. I do birth chart readings. I do psychic readings. I do tarot readings. I also do mediumship readings if you want to connect to your ancestors and spirit guides. I do past life readings if you want to learn about your past lives. I also do tarot classes, astrology classes. I sew, I make jewelry. So if you'd be interested in any of these things, check out my website, lamarrtownsendtarot.com. Thank you all for listening, and thank you for joining me on my first episode of Lamarr Does Life. Until the next one, bye.